Chiliz finally moving to the upside, but what comes next? Well, I have some fresh targets for you guys, so if you want to know more, stick around. Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is going to be a quick analysis on Chiliz, that is CHZ. Now, in today's agenda, we will first be starting off with the Mango dashboard, all right? And then we'll be getting on over to the charts. However, if you are impatient or you have to be somewhere, well, I will be including timestamps in the description below. So definitely go ahead and we'll skip to the part that you want to watch. Beautiful. Now, getting on over to the Mango dashboard, I'm going to filter out CHZ from this list. And as you can see here, CHZ USDT is still neutral. All right. CHZ BTC is also still neutral. Okay. How about the 12-hour time frame? Okay, so CHZ USDT on the 12-hour time frame is long. Okay, we got this bullish trend change 20 hours ago. Okay, and if you caught a trade based on this, you guys are already up a good 13%. Okay, a nice, beautiful move to the upside. CHZ BTC is neutral still, so that's something to keep in mind. How about the 4-hour time frame? Alrighty, look at what we have here. CHZ USDT is long on the 4-hour time frame, and so is CHZ BTC. So both pairs are long, and if you manage to catch the trade on the USDT pairing, you are already up a good 17%. On the Bitcoin pairing, you are up 14% against Bitcoin. Okay, so what I'll be really looking for in order for me to anticipate CHZ actually taking out those highs and, you know, getting into new uncharted territory, I'll be looking at that 12-hour as well as that daily to switch long. As soon as I get the trend changes on these two timeframes, that is going to tip me off on Chiliz actually making another move to the upside and reaching price discovery once again. Okay, so now let's get into the charts. I'm currently on that 12-hour time frame. I'm actually just going to get on over to the daily time frame. Okay, and there were a couple of developments on this chart that I spotted last time. The last time I did cover this this video, right? It was the fact that we were putting in this pattern of sorts. It was a falling wedge, right? And if you take the break, notice where we got the volume that came in. The volume came in right around here. All right. The volume came in there. How about the break? If we take the break to the upside, where does that take Chiliz up to? That would take us up to this region right here that comes in at 71 cents. Okay, also marking those highs, those candle body close highs. But if I zoom out of this chart, guys, I want you to notice the overarching pattern here that is at play. It is a massive bull flag. Okay, now if I have to plot the measured move of the bull flag, where would that take Chiliz up to? That would essentially take us up to $1.17, okay, $1.17. I'm also going to change this one to a yellow, that way we can distinguish our measured moves from our horizontals. All right, so now that we have our targets in, let's also go ahead and pull up our Ichimoku cloud and see where we are relative to the Ichimoku cloud. Okay, I also want to see what we're doing on that Tenkin Kijun cross, and beautiful, look at that. Look at that, the Tenkin has officially given us that bullish cross. Tenkin over the Kijun is your classic bullish TK cross setup. Okay, we're also living over that 21 EMA. Notice how price was choppy on the 21 EMA until we managed to take it out on the day of 12th of April. Okay, and we've been holding it as support ever since. How about the cloud? We have officially twisted green on the cloud as well. Okay, notice what happened here. The cloud twisted red during its phase of consolidation until we managed to twist back green once again. This is telling me that the bulls are about to take control here. Alrighty, how about the Mango dynamic? Where are we relative to the dynamic? Alright, nice. Okay, so the dynamic on the daily is green. Alright, but I'll be honest, it's not my trade setup just yet. What I personally will be waiting for in order to take a trade on Chiliz is for us to get over this region of resistance right here. this comes in at around 67 cents. All right, that would be my ideal trade setup, wherein we take out a major point of resistance. Okay, the dynamic turns green, and only then do I really get into the trade. I usually fetch for the, you know, a test of the resistance that we broke out of. So either a test of this level, okay, or I'll be looking for the higher low to be set in, right? Because usually we see that trend, it'll likely put in another higher low, and I'll try and get a bid on the higher low. Alrighty, I usually sort of, just a quick tip for everyone, I usually sort of set up a range for myself when I am placing bids. I don't just concentrate on one number. You know, when I try and get my positions in, I don't just pick, say, 67 cents in this regard. I wouldn't just put a bid at 67 cents and leave it there. I like sort of scattershotting my bids on a range. That way it's more probable that I actually get into my trade. Okay, because it's a bull market, I'm a lot more comfortable setting in buy ranges as opposed to setting in just one number right on the order book. Because imagine if you miss it by a cent or 2 cents, and believe it or not, that actually happens to quite a few people where they'll miss their bid by a couple of cents only for price to have like a crazy move to the upside. That's a nasty line. But anyways, you guys get the point. Now, another thing I'm noticing on this chart right off the bat is notice this volume, eh? Okay, so we're seeing the volume actually pick up on this region right here. I won't be surprised if this actually ends up giving us a sort of a rounded bottom continuation pattern, or if we start getting rejected off of this region right here and start putting in another higher low, we may very well see price put in a cup and handle like structure, okay, signaling continuation to the upside. So it's really going to depend on how we react off of these highs right here. If we start taking it out to the upside, then I'll be looking for immediate continuation to the upside. Okay, but now while we have the targets from the measured moves, what other targets do we have really in ahead of us? Because I mean, the measured moves, it's there, cool, you know, it's nice to have these targets drawn out from patterns, but we want a little bit more oomph on the targets, right? Now I usually look for confluence. Okay, so that's why I've taken price action from the weekly time frame, and I have used some of the techniques taught to me in the Mango Seed program to come up with additional targets for you guys. Okay, now the key here is for us to see confluence on the targets. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of any unnecessary lines on my chart. Get rid of this, alrighty. Now let's get a drum roll for the targets, and boom! Alrighty, here we are. Now the next major resistance that comes in, okay, now believe it or not, I actually did not mark this line based on these candle body closes right here. I've actually used a formula to come up with that target, and it lines up, turns out, with the highs right here. So the first major target, okay, that I have on this chart comes in at 74 cents. That is going to be the first target slash resistance. All right, and technically we're almost in line, right? The measured move of that beautiful, beautiful falling wedge almost lines up with that next region of resistance at 74 cents. Now, as soon as we start living over 74 cents, price would have then penetrated a new zone, okay? The new zone going in from 74 cents and all the way up to this region right here at 99 cents. I guess we can round up to $1. Alrighty, so 99 cents is going to be the next target as soon as we start taking out these highs right here. Okay, the pink line that you see on my chart, that is only just marking out the midpoint. I noticed that the midpoint really helps me gauge whether or not, you know, a particular asset is going to see immediate continuation to the upside. So I usually look for price action relative to the midpoint on the lower time frames. I'm talking about the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. Okay, if I start seeing consecutive candle body closes over the midpoint, I'm like, you know what, there's a good chance that we just move up swiftly to the next target, which is, in this case, 99 cents. Okay, after we get past 99 cents, only then will I be expecting the next major target at $1.25. And notice what it lines up with there, right? We can see the measured move of that beautiful bull flag coming in at $1.19. So it's almost in that rough range right there, but I like seeing confluence like this. It adds a bit more oomph to our targets. Alrighty, so the first region, guys, 99 cents. As soon as we start taking out these highs, as soon as we start getting over 99 cents, then $1.25, here we come. If you are wondering, okay, Krisha, what is the percent move from there? Well, from where price is at right now to the highs, that's a good 19%, okay? that's a pretty decent move. The volatility is going to pick up on this one. But as soon as we start getting over the highs, then to 99 cents is going to be a good 33%. Okay. If we start living over 99 cents and getting to $1.25, that is going to be a good 67% to the upside. 67%. Alrighty, so these are not going to be small ranges. These are going to be pretty chunky moves for CHZ. Now, getting on over to CHZ BTC. Now, this is going to be especially beneficial, to those of you who are actually, actively trying to collect Bitcoin. Now, that is my goal in this bull market, is to collect Bitcoin, and that's why I play the Bitcoin pairings. Okay, I do not want to be losing my Bitcoin. My goal here is to stack sats. So this is why the Bitcoin pairings are going to be key if you are in the same boat as me. Alrighty, now notice what's happening here. The daily time frame against the dynamic. Wow, we bounced right off of the dynamic. That was freaking brilliant. Oh, look at this. It's been gold. Been absolute gold. Look at where the trend started on the dynamic. Start at 68 sats. Jesus Christ, what was this move? My god, even if we just take it from here. Okay, let's just take it from where the dynamic actually gave us a neutral sign. That was still a good 1,485%. My goodness. Okay, so price consolidated. All right, we came back down to hold the dynamic as support. We actually took out the op line here. However, we did not get that confirmation. We closed underneath the op line. There was a squeeze-like situation until we closed over the op line once again. For those of you who are confused about, Krisha, what the hell is the op line? I'm talking about that dotted line, okay? We call it the op line because sometimes you get some really amazing bids on that region. I usually set in my bids on a range that will sort of encapsulate that op line, and it's been phenomenal so far. So as you can see here, price got over the op line, and then we saw immediate continuation to the upside, taking out these highs right here. So what we're seeing here is CHZ BTC actually putting in, okay, or rather starting a brand new trend. Okay, I'm actually going to get rid of this line, and I'm going to mark this with something else. All right, I think this is the right region of resistance that we are currently living over. Okay, now this comes in at 1,018 sats. However, it is going to be prudent to note that price has yet to close over that region. Okay, you can see a lot of wick action leading up to the end of the day. So just a quick heads up on that. What I'll be looking out for on this chart to try and figure out whether or not CHZ may be starting something against Bitcoin is for us to close a candle over this region. So I'll be looking on a candle body close. This comes in at, once again, it says 984 sats, but you know what? I'm going to round up to 1,000 sats. All right, so it'll give us a good sort of whole number to go off of. Now, as soon as we start doing that, okay, the next region of contention for CHZ BTC is going to be up here. Okay, this comes in at 1,145 sats, and notice where that wick actually went up to. Sometimes you'll be surprised as to how well price really plays off of these ranges. They can be very profitable zones, even if you just want to play the ranges on them, right? So as soon as we start getting over 1,145 sats, okay, only then will I be expecting price to contest these candle body close highs right here. Okay, but mind you, I believe that it's going to get volatile. Alrighty, because while this was a candle body close, notice the wicks on this. You need to understand that this candle alone, and this is not encapsulating that wick. This candle alone was 105%. However, if we go ahead and take the wick into account, that was a good 172%. Now, yes, we could get up to 1,277 sats. However, I will not be surprised if we actually get up even further. Okay, but I'll be waiting to see how price unfolds on this chart for me to get an additional tip-off on the next region of contention after 1,277 sats. However, I think, you know what, there's a good sort of case for this target right here at 1,500 sats as well. Okay, basically taking these wicks into account. And mind you, like I said, it's going to get volatile from this region right here at around 1,145 sats to 1,274. That's a good 11%. But if we actually start ripping from this region and get all the way up to this region right here at 1,500, that is going to be a good 37% to the upside. And guys, this is against Bitcoin. Okay, remember, Bitcoin is also on a run of its own. Bitcoin is also a bullish asset. If you are sitting in Bitcoin right now, you guys need to understand that that is a trade as well. Okay, so what I personally will be looking for on this chart is to see candle body closes over this region right here, which comes in at 1,000 sats. As soon as we start seeing that, I think Chiliz may very well want to start setting in an uptrend. Okay, so far, guys, I think we're looking good. I think this wants to make a comeback. The bulls are in resurrection mode. Now, this is all I have for you. Let me know what your thoughts are on this chart. Are you seeing something else that I perhaps am not seeing? Let me know in the comment section below. And with this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao.